Just wait for a few more people to log on. I'll walk away from the other parents at the football training. Let me give my little son his water. Spence! He's gone. So, right now, I'm somewhere that I didn't think I would be today. I'm at my son's football training, so I'm happy. One thing that I'm just, at 7 o'clock tonight, 7 PM tonight, I'm trying to work out. Let me try that again. There you go. Sorry, I was just waiting because it has the little eye up in the corner and I was thinking I can't see any eyes on there, so is it working? Davey Callins watching. How are you, Davey boy? How are you? So, I'm smiling because right now I'm at football training with my lad and I didn't honestly think I'd be here. So, I'm happy. First of all, I'll go over just so people understand what's gone on in court today. We've arrived at court and the judge has refused to go through with the trial today. Now, the reason for that is because evidence that I'd want to give, once he knows I'm contesting it and I'm going not guilty, then that means I'm going to talk and I've actually got a statement that I want to read to the court about what I believe's happened and happening. Now, the judge is not happy with me doing that whilst there's still reporting restrictions on an ongoing trial. So he is unhappy to hear the trial. So the judge then said that he doesn't want to hear the trial now. Now, once he said that, we are putting in submissions. We have submissions going into the court that, once again, and this is a fact, the court have not followed procedures. So all of this has gone on. And the first date I had to stand trial was the 4th of September. Then there's the 27th, which was today. So last night, I wasn't going to tell my children, but 2 days ago, my son saw something on Instagram. What's he doing on Instagram? He's 9 years old, you know what I mean? But he saw something on Instagram, so he's had himself upset, and I've had to then tell them, yes, there's a possibility that I won't be coming home tomorrow, etc., etc. That's what this does. And then I go to court again today, and now they put it off again. So I'll have to go through all of that again and start warning the children again on the 22nd of October, which is part of, I believe, why they're doing it. Because the whole time they do that, I'm serving a sentence right now. I can't get on my life. I can't make any plans. I'm waiting to go back to prison. And just so people are aware, and I've gone over this, I don't know if I've gone over it today, but some of the facts. What we've done is, Judge Marston is the judge who sentenced me to prison illegally, unlawfully. We've got the transcripts from his court trials after he sentenced me. And there's a discussion in the transcripts that he has with a lead member of the CPS, the Crown Prosecution Service, the independent body who decide evidence against charging people for crimes. They're independent from the police. In the discussion, which I've got evidence of, in the discussion, Judge Marston and the CPS, because the men who I was filming outside court, their barristers tried to have their case thrown out under the grounds of prejudice. Judge Marston talks with the head of the CPS, and they both say on the Tuesday, I got put in prison on the Friday. On the Tuesday, they both say, we have now watched Tommy Robinson's video, the entire video. There's nothing he says that could have prejudiced the trial. Even if the jury watched the video, there's nothing he says that could possibly have prejudiced this trial. So why have they added 2 charges to me that say I prejudiced the trial? How can they cherry pick that when the evidence from the judge, from the CPS, they've watched it, they say it doesn't prejudice the trial. But they've added to say that my facts and my derogatory comments, how dare I, about Islam have prejudiced the trial. So that's just where we're at. That's just an update for where we're at. So I'm going to be going back to court. But how many of you were there today? How many of you seen the images and the pictures today? Do you know, 9:30 in the morning to look outside the Old Bailey and see 1,500 people standing there is an immense feeling. Have you seen the news reports? Have you seen the BBC report? 100 people. Oh, come on. And what they don't understand, journalists, if you're watching this, what you don't understand, when you lie, just blatantly lie like that. I've seen the most any media have said was 300. Lies. Blatant lies. When you do that, everyone who watches it themselves, now that you don't have the monopoly because of social media, you can't get away with just lying like that because everyone sees it. And you don't even realise that still. You still don't realise that. You still don't realise that when you say that, all the people that would have been there today and all the people that watched it then read your news report and just think, you're lying. If you're lying about how many people are there, what else are you lying about? If you're downplaying that, what's your motive and agenda for doing that? Why are you doing that? And then the only 2 pictures you'll see they show, they'll look around the crowd of 1,500 people to find whoever they could find to paint in the worst picture, and that's the picture that they'll show you all. So they're not there to report fairly the news of what happened today outside court. They're not. They're there with an agenda. That's what they're there for. Now, I just want to say again, I hoped to meet every single person that travelled. You know, I met people today that travelled from Scotland. People that got up at 1 o'clock in the morning to leave to come to court. To people that, I met someone that had come in from Australia. Someone from Slovakia. So I wanted to stay and meet and greet and say thank you personally to everyone. I want every one of you to know, anyone that travelled to that court, I know you've booked days of work. I know you've spent your money. I know how expensive the trains are coming from up north. I want every one of you to know how grateful I am. And the feeling it is for me. So I didn't, you know, like I'm going to court facing jail, and I wasn't feeling that bad this morning because I was feeling quite elated with the support. So yeah, I just want everyone here to know that, how much it means to me. And then also 7 p.m. tonight is an interview goes live on Sky News. It's an interview between me and a Sky News journalist. The Sky News journalist that done the Hadget job on Jared Batten and UKIP and the DFLA. So I keep saying I'm expecting a Hatchet job. I have actually got the entirety of the video. It's 1 hour 15 minutes. I've recorded it, but they're going to show 15 minutes. So I don't know. Let's see what they do with it. I've got the entire video, which I'll put out afterwards. I'll be honest. It was my first interview I've done. And I know, and I even said to them, I haven't been right since I've come out of custody. I haven't been flowing the way I should. And I hope, yeah, we'll see what comes across from it. But my message was that I don't know what they're doing. So I'm going to go back to court on the 23rd of October. Is it going to get sorted on that date? Or are they going to drag it out for even longer? There is no way. See today's trial. The judge knew, the prosecution knew that there's an ongoing trial with reporting restriction. They knew before today's date that they couldn't hear the trial. They knew that. So why didn't they tell us that? Why have they had me come to court expecting to go to prison? Why? Because then I have to do the things which will affect you when the trial going on like this, like kiss your children goodbye and worry and stress. And that's part of what they're doing, which is not how it should be. It's not what should be happening. Again, the point I'd make, just so everyone's aware, 3 journalists, one called Lizzie Dearden, who works for The Independent, breached identical charges. They breached the same reporting restriction that I did, that they say I did, in the same weekend. And I've got the transcripts from the court case. Judge Marston was made aware. The CPS were made aware. None of them have faced any arrest or any prosecution. The law in this country must be implemented against every person equally. Not targeting a certain person, using laws to target certain people because of their views and what they say, which is what we're seeing, which is what proves that this entire farce that the whole entire world is looking at and watching and laughing at is politically motivated. So Theresa May, I know at some point today you probably sat and watched the reaction outside court. The reaction's not going to go away. This is not even about me. This is about what's clear when people see an injustice being orchestrated and organised and put against a man, a British citizen, by his own government that's politically motivated in order to try and mentally destroy him and finish him and stop him and prevent him from his activism. People don't like it, even if they don't like me, even if they don't like my views. Because if you can do that to me, who else can you do it to? When I walked up to court today, I had a sign saying "Free Melanie Shaw." Melanie Shaw, if any one of you have watched my case and people are saying how bad it is, what's happened, it's nothing compared to what they've done to Melanie Shaw. Google that name now, share that name. I want, again, I'm in limbo now for another 3 weeks, but I want to make sure that I try and raise as much awareness about that lady's case as I can, because she is sitting rotting away in a prison cell and she's been on solitary confinement for trying to expose paedophiles in this country, and the paedophile chain goes all the way to the top, all the way to the top. and they want to shut her up. So, again, thank you. I don't want to repeat myself now. I'm going to miss the show at 7 o'clock. I'm expecting a hatchet job, but I'm always expecting a hatchet job. I went onto that Sky News interview knowing I didn't prepare anything. I didn't know what questions they're going to ask me. In fact, they told me it was all about my court case. When I got there, it wasn't about my court case. They started going on about all other stuff, which they'd prepared quotes from the Bible. From what I remember, our argument is, yeah, but if Muslims are running around killing everyone because of quotes from the Quran, but it says this in the Bible. Yeah, because we see all those Christians, don't we, across the whole world, reading verses from the Bible whilst they behead and butcher and pillage countries, don't we? No, we don't. So, again, thank you everyone who travelled down there, man. It was such a day. What I think, what the government think should be a very stressful day and a very bad day for me ended up being a great day. Thank you. Melanie Shaw, Leeds Court tomorrow, Friday 28th. Well, I'm actually on bail conditions. I'm not allowed near Leeds Court. I wonder if that's partly reason why. Yeah, Melanie's in court tomorrow. Yeah, what about... Okay, anyway. Thank you. I'm going to get back to watching my lad. Thank you very much. Yeah, Sky News lied. They all lie. All the media, every one of you who watched today as a media lied about how many people were there and the behaviour of the people there. Everyone saw it. It's all lies. So... that's why you don't trust them. That's why I don't trust them.